ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this introduction to the Commercium business game. The program for the day will basically be as follows. There will be a short questionnaire, after which I will do the introduction. The students play the game. At the end of the games will be packed up. There will be another questionnaire, and we will announce the winners. The outcomes of the day include assisting the students to have a broad description of the functioning of the business environment. They should communicate in a business environment, work in groups, identify and solve problems, organize and manage themselves, and also collect, analyze, organize, and evaluate information. There are several schools that will attend the day. Before the game, these schools will have to get together and decide on a team leader, what their strategy is going to be, and their business name of the school. 8 to 10 students play at one table. They will be allocated a random seat in teams of 2 from a school. In this way, one school will not be represented at a single table. During the gameplay, for the first half of the game, one of the players in the team of 2 will be the general manager, taking the business decisions, and the other one will be the accountant, recording the transactions. Halfway through, they will change roles. The Commercium rule applies. These have already been distributed to you, and the students will also each get a copy. They can do any transactions, but may ignore interest rate and inflation changes. They may also give credit to each other with their own conditions. This is the Commercium rules. Please read it carefully. Each team of 2 will receive the amount of money stipulated in the rules of the game, namely 150,000. This is the capital with which they start their business, and is also the first transaction that they need to record. As a hint, this should be recorded on a receipt. The facilitators will be the bankers. Throw the dice, and the one with the highest score can begin. They must then choose a car and pay for it. They will receive an envelope with source documents, a petty cash voucher for any cash payments, receipts for sundry receipts and payments from debtors, also cash and credit invoices, checks for all bank payments, a bank deposit slip for all deposits into the bank account, and the bank statement which you, the facilitator, will complete. With the petty cash voucher, they will need to complete the date, to whom the money was paid, and generally this will be to the bank or the name of the business indicated on the board, the amount paid, for what it was paid, and it will be signed. In the same way, the cash receipt will have a date, the name from whom it was received, who issued the receipt, the amounts in words and in figures, and for what it was received, as well as a signature. With a check, there's 2 parts. You will have the check stub with certain information, as well as the physical check, also with the name of the recipient, the amount in words and in figures, as well as a signature. The check is given to the counterparty, and the player will remain or keep the stub for their references. The bank deposit slip will contain the business's name. You can make up any account number and the amount deposited into the bank, as well as details of the checks. Students don't need to complete duplicates, and they don't need to give any documentation to the bank. As a facilitator, you will complete the bank statement on behalf of the students. It will contain the description of the transactions, debits and credits, as well as their balance. Each team will start the game with a 20,000 rands overdraft, which means that this balance can go into minus 20,000. What dates should they use on the documents? On the table is a paper with this dates recorded. For the first round that the students play, and a round is each team having a throw at the dice. The date will be 15 January. For round number 2, when they throw the dice again, the date will be 31 January, and so forth. They will change roles once they have completed 12 rounds, or when the facilitator tells them so, whichever occurs first. At the end of the game, please make sure that the games are neatly packed up again and complete. Again, on the table, there's a paper that highlights the contents of the game. Please let them count it and highlight immediately for us if anything is short. Have a look in all the papers on the table to make sure that nothing is left behind. Then they should also record their cash and the money in the bank. This will be used to determine the winners. To do this, all assets should be sold at the end of the game and the loans repaid. This summary sheet containing their cash and bank balances should be handed back to you, the facilitator, and brought to me. For the next part of the video, we will be looking at the game board itself.